In this live martial arts class, you're gonna learn how to use nunchaku, or nunchucks. For beginners, start with your hand in the middle of your chuck. You're gonna start with a forward rotation. This is just a simple warm up, but you're also doing a technique you're gonna use for nunchucks and nunchaku skills later. After you do this for a few seconds, turn your hand over so it comes to the opposite side of your body and spin it like that. What you're doing is you're pushing and pulling, making this very small circle. You can hold it here on the end when you do it, and you can hold it here, and you can hold it here. There are 4 different purposes. Holding it in the middle is just our warm-up purpose. So we spin it here, palm up, turn your hand over, palm down, hand up, hand down. You're coming across the body. Now you're into a figure 8 spin. And as you do this figure 8 spin, keep this other hand up and out of the way. You're gonna do this 30 seconds, put it into your other hand. You do that, one hand covers the other one, and you push forward. So you're making a small circle this way, palm up, palm down. As I whack my elbow, you're gonna do that. When you do that, it stings, it's gonna hurt a little bit, but you're gonna learn, get your hand out of the way, get your elbow out of the way. Palm up, palm down, go up and down. You got your figure 8. This is your first basic nunchaku skill or nunchucks trick. You'll hear it pronounced 2 different ways. Some people will say it's only one way, some people will say it's only the other way. Call it whatever you want. I don't care what you call it, just get it moving, get it spinning. After you do that 30 seconds, go back to your first hand. You're gonna reverse it by pulling it backward. So you were pushing it, now you're pulling it. Pulling it is a deflection strike that you can use, while pushing, coming forward, is a strike you might use to defend yourself with. So we're going in the opposite. We're pulling it backward, palm face the ground, palm faces the sky. We go down, you go up, you put them together. There's your figure 8. I always find that spinning it in reverse like this, it's gonna go a little bit faster. So some of your tricks later with the nunchucks or the nunchaku will be spinning backward. Put it in your other hand, hand over hand, pulling it back, palm up, turn your hand over, palm down. Just do it for a few seconds, get a feel for it, put them together, palm up and down. There's your reverse figure 8 spin. Now we're gonna go into the first basic strike. You're gonna hold it right here. Let's see, Indian says hi from, I'm assuming either you're Korean or you're from Korea. Indian says hi. We're gonna go into holding it here. These are for strikes. You're gonna hold it here. We're gonna go down and up in this vertical strike first. Then you're gonna go into your horizontal strike second. Now a horizontal, or the diagonal was second, horizontal is third. You're gonna put them together, start from your shoulder, come across, bring it back, bring it up. 1, 2, 3. It's as simple as putting those 3 basic strikes together. Put it on this one. You're going to go up and down. Thanks for that comment. We have repetitive positivity. Love that name. Keep it positive. Going up and down. Now the reason I'm having you hold right here at the end for these self-defense strikes, anytime you're defending yourself, you're fighting with your chucks, you're gonna hold it here. If you're gonna do some spins or some tricks, you're gonna hold it more in the middle, or you're gonna hold it closer here, which is gonna allow you to spin it the fastest. And when you do your tricks, you might be doing like a wrist roll, throw it and catch. And so you're gonna hold it in different places. But for the strikes, we're holding it right here. Yeah, Michelangelo, who we have, partnership. Michelangelo is our Ninja Turtle. So we start in your left hand, you're doing your vertical strike, diagonal strike, number 2, horizontal strike, number 3. You do it at every level. You can go up, you can go down, you can go in the middle. Indian says, very nice, thank you. Bring it here. Kamsahamnida, just because you wrote your name in Hangul. So we're coming over, we're coming back. The third thing we're gonna do is we are low fight, 19, have I been in a street fight? Yes, more than once. In the street. other places, not in the street. Fought people with nunchucks. I don't recommend it. It's not a great self-defense tool. Let me show you how to do this one. You're gonna pull it up to your shoulder, you reach across the body and grab it. Bring it up to the shoulder. Nunchucks for me are more about the look. Yeah, it's just cool. MGBHP Boys says, cool. Yeah, so this is the reverse. This is forward. So I'm gonna show you reverse first because I think it's easier. It's a negative across the body. I used to teach boxing, yes. I don't have a martial arts school anymore. I just teach online. Sometimes we'll do a boxing video. I love boxing, it's one of my original martial arts. I started in judo. I did a lot of boxing, a lot of taekwondo, hapkido, later Brazilian jiu-jitsu, done some traditional jiu-jitsu, Japanese style. You just bring it up here, come across the body, a lot of Kali, Salat martial arts, Indonesian, Filipino martial arts. Reaching across the body, grab it, you let it go, whack him with that diagonal strike, come across the body. It's gotta be in the front, it's not gonna work in the back. Grab it, as long as your hand is straight up and down, that'll just push it here so you can grab it across your body, bring it over. Yeah, practice boxing to improve boxing. Boxing is one of the best self-defense skills in my opinion, because it teaches you how to get hit, teaches you how to hit, teaches you how to move, how to guard your head, how to move your body, how to throw some basic punches. Learn some Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I would take boxing plus Brazilian jiu-jitsu. That's a pretty solid. If you wanted to add some Muay Thai or kickboxing, that's another excellent practical self-defense martial art. So you come across your body, nunchucks, not practical, just for fun. You can defend yourself, but a lot of places you can't carry them. And so we do this because it's fun. We do it because it's fun. It teaches you something new. You learn timing and distance, spatial awareness. At the beginning of the video, I whacked myself in the elbow. It hurt. It just hurt again. That's a good way to learn. It's one of the best with pain. It's a good teacher. As long as you don't injure yourself, you can hurt yourself, so there's pain. If you cut something open, there's blood coming out, or you break a bone, that's an injury. So learn how to take your lumps, get some bruises, just don't break anything, hopefully. And if you do, after you heal up, don't make that mistake again. So going forward, remember we just did this, you were going backward. Now you're gonna go forward. So it's a diagonal strike. When you come across the body, your wrist is gonna hit the elbow and it's gonna come straight up into your hand. So you hear this hand doesn't move, it's straight up and down. Don't point it at your head unless you wanna hit your head. Come across the body, if you miss it, try it again. There it is. Just bring it straight across, and it goes there. Your hand has to be like a C, the letter C. Open like this. Oh, almost hit my face there. Bring it up. You can even practice that. Just put your hand here, just tip it up. Tip it up, when you're ready, bring it back to here, tip it up. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Take your time, when you're ready, you can speed it up. If you want, you can add a spin, and then it looks fancier, but it's just a spin. That's all you're doing, spin. An orbital spin. Add that spin, take it out, reverse it, go around your neck. That's the next new trick. Let's talk about that one. Your hand, the back of your hand that's open, it doesn't have a chuck in it, goes to the outside, opposite side. This is your left hand, put it on the right side of your face. Bring this here and make sure it's horizontal. That way it wraps around your head like that into your hand. So you're spinning, you got your figure eight going, you want to transfer to the other side of your face, bring it around like that. Figure eight, put your hand, side of the face, and it's that simple. You're just coming straight around, throw in some tricks, do your Bruce Lee triangle. This is number 3, we're way past 3. Let's do the next trick. I don't know what number we're up to. Another one, another Bruce Lee favorite. Spin, you know that one because that's where you warmed up. Orbital next to your head, upper arm. That's just the inside hitting the bottom of the arm, the tricep muscle, and back. And all your wrist is doing is just down and up, down and up. Super simple, right? So you go 1, 2. Non-filters ask, is nunchucks, are they best for the street fight? No, it's the worst. It's not the worst. I'm sure you can find something, but Kung Fu Fan, that would be the worst, in my opinion. Although Kung Fu Fan is a good self-defense tool if you know how to use it right. But the nunchucks, they're not the greatest. A stick would be better if you had to defend yourself. Like a straight stick, a walking stick, a hiking pole, a baseball bat, a 9-iron, golf club, something like that. For self-defense, like if we were talking about martial arts weapons for self-defense, I like staff best. That's number one for me, is a staff or a pair of kali sticks, salat, arnis, eskrima, Filipino style. Nunchuck would be lower on the list, but it looks cool. That's why we do it. So the new trick, we're going front and back of the arm. When it comes in, pinch it down, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze with your arm, just like you're pulling in your arm. There's a nunchuck stuck in there. You're pushing here, create tension, and then release it. There's the strike. So you do a couple orbitals, do a couple upper arm, do a pinch, 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 and try not to break the camera. I barely missed my phone, these expensive phones. Yeah, Chris says he's a big fan of nunchucks as a kid. Now he practices with cane. Cane, in my opinion, beats the martial arts staff. So if I said the number one self-defense tool that I would carry that comes from the martial arts world that we learn, that we study, that I teach, would be the walking cane with the crook. I carry one in my car. I use one sometimes with my busted old hips. All right, so we're doing orbital, upper arm, squeeze, 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 pop. Throw into the other hand, do some tricks, do some Bruce Lee triangles, do some figure eights, do a throw and a catch. Let's do that one. Throw and a catch starts here. You're going around in a circle. You let it go. You catch it with the other hand. You reverse it. You let it go. Catch it with the other hand. Or you can catch it with the same hand. That's a different trick. We can talk about that one. If you catch it with the same hand, your palm is down. If you catch it with the opposite hand, your palm is up. Once you can do a circle, it's clockwise. That means as the second hand sweeps around a traditional round clock, clockwise, throw it, catch it, counterclockwise in your left hand, throw it, catch it. Then put one foot back, go into a figure eight. When you come to this side of that figure eight, there's that same exact clockwise circle because it's your right hand. You throw it, catch it in your left hand. Looks like a fancy, tough trick. It's not. It's figure eight. You know how to do that. That's where we started. You know how to make a circle. We started even before the figure eight with a small circle. This is just a big circle. Let it go. Catch it with the other hand. Switch your feet. Throw it. Switch your feet. Throw it. Catch it. Switch your feet. Switch your feet. And then when you're ready, speed it up. And when you drop it, because you're going to drop it again and again and again and again, pick it up. Every time you drop it, pick it up. Every time you drop it. I think I dropped it. Have I dropped it this video? I don't think I've dropped it yet this video. I whacked myself a couple times. You're going to do that too. Allow yourself to hit your arm, your elbow, your knee, your head. You're not going to die. Don't put on a helmet. Don't go and find a soft pair of chucks. If you already have them, that's okay, use them. But I put a link in the description. If you need a pair of chucks, go buy a pair or make your own. Get a piece of wood, get an old broomstick, cut it to the length of your wrist to your elbow. That's about the size of a nunchuck. Wrist to elbow. Cut it, make it out of wood. Drill a hole. Feed a piece of rope in there, feed it in there, and back it, do like 2 times or maybe 3, but 2 is usually enough unless it's thick rope. Tie it off, and then you have your own first pair. And you can throw it and catch it. You can do all the tricks, and you can learn. And then one day, you'll get a fancy pair, and you'll be so good at it because you learned with a cheap, crummy pair that you made, like I did. That's how you get started with weapons. Or because you're not an old geezer like me, and you're born, if you're younger, unless you are an old geezer like me, you know what I'm saying? Back when we were kids, you couldn't buy these. You couldn't buy them from a online store and have them shipped to your house the next day. Now you can. There's a link in the description below. Or invest your time before you invest your money and make your first pair. All right. Seraphin Magic said, I would not toss my weapon in a fight. Seraphin Magic, listen to me closely. This is not for a fight. This is for fun. It's not for a fight. This is not a fighting. You can fight if you want to. But it's a true story. My very first pair of nunchucks came from a kid. He was all dressed in black. He had a black biker wallet with the big chain, had big old black Doc Marten boots, and he's out there spinning. My brother walked up, bam, punched him right in his face and knocked him down. Picked up his nunchucks, whacked him with it a couple times, and then he threw them at me. I remember them coming at me. I was like, I think 11 or 12. I caught him like this, and then he ran over, bam, punched the other kid. For self-defense. It was for self-defense. It was a self-defense fight. But that's how I got my first pair. And it's why I don't recommend fighting for self-defense in a street fight or otherwise with a pair of nunchucks. So let's get that clear. Let's get that out in the air. I find it funny that we're still having this conversation 50 some years later because I'm so old. Nunchucks are for fun. A lot of martial arts, Pumse or kata or whatever you want to call it, it's for fun. Or it's to teach you foundational movements and principles. It's not self-defense. You want to learn self-defense? Learn how to get your hands up. Learn how to box, right? Learn how to grapple. Learn how to wrestle. Western wrestling. I wrestled when I was in school. I did judo as my first martial art. I did boxing all growing up. I did boxing in the military. I've loved those things. That's practical self-defense. Learn how to throw some elbows and stop thinking you're gonna beat somebody up with your nunchucks and I'm not gonna throw it in a fight. We're not throwing it for the fight. We're throwing it for fun. So I wanna get up on my high horse and on my soapbox and preach that for a minute. Yeah, learn some jiu-jitsu and yeah, I should stop yelling at you guys. I apologize. A lot of people are asking the same question. Can this be used for self-defense? Yes, it can. However, also learn how to punch. Also learn how to throw elbows. And if you happen to cross this video and you want to put in the comments, I just pull out my 38 or my 45 ACP. That we're not talking about that either. I'm not fighting against Al Qaeda coming across the fence. And, there's a 4-man team being trained in Afghanistan for the last year, and I'm going to whip out my nunchucks and start fighting them. I'm not walking into a bad part of a neighborhood where it's likely that I'm going to get robbed and mugged by a bunch of thugs with guns. And I'm going to be walking around doing my Bruce Lee triangle, right? And under the arm, and high-pitched scream. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about having fun with some nunchucks because it's a cool skill. I threw them, so I had to go pick them up. So look at this chain right here. This is called a speed chuck. That means they're designed. This thing is designed for demonstrations and showing off and fancy and movie stuff. If it had a longer chain, that's more traditional. We call that a dinosaur chuck just because it's so old. It's the old style, it's old school. The longer chain, you would hold it at the end. This thing is super light. You would never use this for self-defense. Can you use it for self? Yes, you can. Would I? I would not. It would be the last thing that I would grab for self-defense. Police officers used to carry a police nunchuck. I have a pair over there. It's called the Ort-Cut chuck. So they are effective. You can hurt somebody with them. It's not a deadly thing though, in my opinion. I mean, you can kill anybody you can kill them with a shoe, you can kill them with an ounce of water, the saying. So it's not about that. Anything can be a weapon, obviously. But if we're talking about like for real self-defense, would I do that? And Bug says, be a man, use your hands. You don't have to. Let's say it's younger, faster, stronger. Let's say it's a bunch of thugs. It's a whole group. And I won't say the word because I saw some of them this morning driving down the street. But let's say it's a whole group of people coming at you. And you need a force multiplier. You don't move as fast, or you're not as big, or there are just more of them. Pick up a stick. Pick up a stick for self-defense. And if this is the only stick you have, use that stick. Will it work for self-defense? Yes. But why do I use it? Why do I want you to learn how to do it? Why might you be interested in it? because it's kind of cool. You know, it's different. It's what I call a movie weapon because they look cool in the movies. And like just in the movies, like in Ip Man 4. I don't know if you ever saw Ip Man movies. I've never seen any of them all the way through. I've seen clips. And there's a clip of I think it was Donnie Yen played Ip Man. Am I right? Put that in the comment section if I'm wrong. I'm sure I'm wrong. And he's fighting against Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's acting. And then the Chinese actor and Mike Tyson get in a fight. Mike Tyson loses that fight. Now, in the real world, even if it was Bruce Lee himself, and I know some of you are going to hate me for this, even if it were Bruce Lee himself, and he's fighting the Mike Tyson, especially if it's in Mike Tyson's prime, or let's say Muhammad Ali, because that's more around the same time frame, Bruce Lee's going to lose. I'm just telling you. You can't go up against a man who had boxed all those years and got hit in the face, knocked out, and knocked countless people out, and floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee, and get movie Bruce Lee, who did do stuff outside of the movies, I know, and he did have the fight where he kicked one of the American karate guys, Joe Louis, I think he kicked him across the floor into a chair. I think we've all done that at some point. Either been kicked across the floor or kicked somebody across the floor. But you can't take a 6'4" in his prime, all muscle and gristle and brilliant fighting, Muhammad Ali, and however tall Bruce Lee was and however much he weighed, which I don't think even came close. He's probably outweighed by 80 pounds or at least 60 pounds by Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's gonna tear his head off. He hits, when those boxers, when you hit bags, you get a kind of resistance that put in the tins machine. You know, Bruce Lee did the tins, he did all the push-ups, the one hand, the fingers. Yeah, he's got that kind of strength, but you don't have boxing strength. It's a different kind of strength. Anyway, you guys have been awesome. I didn't mean to yell at you guys earlier about the nunchucks, but just get past that. Nunchucks not for self-defense. Nunchucks is, yeah, Ip Man movies are probably worth watching full just because they were really good, and I love martial arts movies. And I love Ip Man, I love Wing Chun, I love Bruce Lee, I love all those things. I'm not saying he's not awesome, I'm just saying that we sometimes in our head think that what happens in the movies is real life. And this is not. This is a movie weapon. This is fun for the Ninja Turtles. This is fun for Ip Man. This is fun for Bruce Lee. This is fun for Chuck Norris. It's fun for all the different movies that these have ever appeared in. John Wick 4, Baba Yaga himself. He's out there, wham, 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 whacking people, old, you know, he's normally fighting with the guns, you know. It's amazing. You know, great gunplay if you like guns. I love guns. And then scene where he has to take out a bunch of hardcore Yakuza style terrorists or whatever they were coming at him. This is in the movies. It's Keanu Reeves, right? It's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure himself. And he's out there whacking people with his nunchucks and killing them. It's the movies. It's not real, but they're a lot of fun. So I highly recommend get a pair. If you need a pair, there's a link in the description. Learn all the skills, learn all the techniques, and if you want to learn how to defend yourself with them, do that. I teach them how to use them for self-defense, but it's because I love all stick weapons. From the smallest stick to the tallest stick, I don't think you can beat all the different. It's just, for me, it's fun, therapeutic, and it's good self-defense because there's sticks everywhere, and if you needed it and you didn't have one of these, and some you know, a bunch of Americans will put in the comment section, I'll just bring put 2 holes in them with my 38. 38. I gotta work tonight. I'm gonna be carrying mine. I'll be working concealed, and it's much bigger than the 38. And I believe in them 100%. But I can do that here in the United States. I couldn't do that in Germany. I couldn't do it in Ireland. Maybe if I were working and I was a citizen there and I had the right license or whatever. I don't know. But I couldn't as a concealed carrying, like here in the free state of Florida where we have now, you're allowed to open carry unless you're a felon. But you can't do that in most places in the world. You can't do it in Canada. They're taking their guns by the second. You can't do it in Australia, New Zealand, Great Britain, Germany. I certainly can't do it in Ireland. We were just there. I couldn't even carry a fingernail clipper with not a big knife, with a little knife on it. You can't have a blade unless you're a worker or you're camping or something like that. I certainly can't carry this I carry this everywhere I go. This is my church knife. Anyway, you guys have been awesome. Put the comment section what you want to put in, and I'll see you guys on the next one.